I can't hardly remember how I got into it.
94-year-old Chris Sanders can't remember how it all began, how the young man from Fairview, Utah, who loved drama but never played football or basketball, became BYU's play-by-play announcer in 1948.
Somewhere along the line, someone encouraged me, and I can't remember now just who it was, but said they sure thought I ought to get into it.
Sanders had the perfect voice, but due to his mission in the North Central states beginning in 1939 and his service in the Navy during World War II, he didn't graduate until the spring of 1948, a time when Harry S. Truman was president. Gasoline was 16 cents a gallon, and an estimated 1 in 10 Americans had seen a television set, the perfect time for the part-time DJ to call basketball games for KOVO radio in Provo.
Well, it just sort of come naturally. It really did.
And it certainly helped that his first season had some of the best players who ever wore a Cougar uniform.
Joe Nelson, Mel Hutchins, Roland Minson.
Those were good ones.
They were good players.
Sanders loved calling home games, but the Cougars didn't take him on the road. So in his KOVO studio, Sanders would play crowd noise in the background and wait for play-by-play by Western Union. But after one game when the teletype was inaccurate,
Stan Watts got in touch with me and he said, if you can't broadcast these games correctly, well, don't do it. Yes.
Sanders did it for just 2.5 years. He has great memories of winning the Skyline Conference Championship in 1948 and 50, as well as the team's first 20-win season. While basketball was thriving, the football team was struggling, including a winless season in 1949. But Sanders loved the coaches.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Kimball and Chick Atkinson, the coaches, had good relationships with them.
But those relationships didn't last long. Sanders left his job just before the basketball team won their first NIT championship. He left for the FBI and a $5,000 annual salary.
When he found I was going with the Bureau, he said, oh, you're going to give this all up now to become a super snooper.
We'll never know if he would have been a super announcer, but he has no regrets. As Sanders nears his 95th birthday, he remembers fondly his time behind the microphone.
Oh, yes. I just so thoroughly enjoyed that. And just, if I do have to say it myself, I felt like I did a pretty good job.